Here are my NFC North standing projections. Fourth place, Minnesota Vikings. While I do think this team could actually contend for a playoff spot, they just have a huge disadvantage being in the NFC North. The offense was completely horrible last year, 26th in points per game, 28th in yards per game. They were horrible on third down. They turned the ball over the most out of any team. O-line was injured the whole entire season last year. They were 29th in sacks given up, which really wasn't all on them. But what do? You go out and get Kyler Murray, you get Juwan Jennings. You still got Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson. You're getting some of those guys in the O-line back, so the offense might be a lot better this season. 5th in points per game last season, 3rd in yards per game, 4th in third down defense, 2nd in red zone defense. They were 2nd in QB yards per game, 4th in sacks, 1st in QB pressures. They were on fire last year. However, you lose some big names like Renard and Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave. And they're replacing them with all rookies this season, like Caleb Banks, Dominique Orange. They got Jack Goldday and Jacoby Thomas. You got guys like Van Ginkel, Eric Wilson, Byron Murphy, Isaiah Rodgers. You added James Pierre. But they're relying a lot on rookies. The offense is very uncertain, and they're still just kind of the odd man out right now in the NFC North. 3rd, Detroit Lions. They had a pretty disappointing 2025 season. Missed out on the playoffs for the first year. They were coming off that historical 2024 15-win season. You lose Dave Montgomery, but you go out and you get Isaiah Pacheco to pair him up with Jahmyr Gibbs, who is one of the best running backs in the league right now. Of course, you still got guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's absolutely still in his prime. Jameson Williams coming off a 1,000-yard season. You still got Sam Laporta. Obviously, Jared Goff, one of the most consistent quarterbacks in the NFL. The line was kind of an issue last year. They were 18th in sacks taken. After Blake Miller to replace Taylor Decker. You get Cade Mays at center. You move Penei Sewell to left tackle. So the offense definitely isn't the worry. Defense, on the other hand, is something to be worried about. 22nd in points per game, 18th in yards per game. The secondary was extremely banged up the whole entire season. 26th in points per game, 18th in yards per game, 24th in yards per attempt, 28th in yards per completion. They were 20th in passing yards per game, 21st in yards per carry. Getting Brian Branch back, and they're getting DJ Reed fully healthy and Kirby Joseph, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And the D-line is one of the best in the NFL. Tied 4th in sacks. They were 7th in QB pressure rate. You did lose some guys like Muhammad and Anzalone and DJ Reader. But you draft Derek Moore, you get DJ Wonnum. And you still got guys like Aiden Hutchinson and Jack Campbell and Derek Barnes, who all had great seasons last year. I still believe the Lions are still playoff threats and even Super Bowl contenders. Showed they have had inconsistencies in the past, and I'm just worried about the defense staying healthy all year.